Boat friends, June 20th, just after 9:40 p.m. Central Time. I'm here in Duluth, Minnesota. Truly the epicenter when it comes to the largest Great Lakes shipping story that is happening in the world. It's a Michipicoten. And you can see those two dots that are out there. One is the Michipicoten, and the other is the tug that is assisting that ship all the way here to Duluth. It started out in Thunder Bay, Canada. There's been so much speculation, and I'm no expert in the maritime industry, so I can't really tell you exactly what's going to happen, but we have two possibilities for sure. One, this will be the last time that we ever see this vessel, which sadly a lot of people really do believe will happen. And I think after it goes through the inspection, that's when obviously they'll know what to do with that ship. The other is it's going to have repairs done, and it'll be back out on the Great Lakes doing some heavy work again. It's history in the making. This story's been covered all around the world. So we are going to see finally what this ship is going to look like as it arrives through the piers here in Duluth in a few moments. I'm also going to do something special. This video will carry into tomorrow. If the weather allows, I will go out on the Boat Friends boat, and we're going to go to Fraser Shipyards and look closely at the Michipicoten. So let's start out with a sneak peek of the ship. I'll show you marine traffic, and we'll go through a timeline, how we got to this point, just so you understand the story completely. Let's go. This photo was taken a few years ago, so this isn't exactly how it's going to look as it comes in. There's no signs of damage on this. Now, this is pretty interesting. This is the U.S.-Canada border. When the Michipicoten departed from Thunder Bay, you can see the tug with it. It got close to the U.S.-Canada border, and the Helen H right here came up from Duluth, made its way all the way here, and actually took over for the other tug to escort the Michipicoten back to Duluth right now. I put together a timeline for those that are unfamiliar with what happened to help them understand. On June 8th, the Coast Guard received a report of the Michipicoten taking on water near Isle Royale. And as you can see here on the next point, the water pumps aboard the ship reduced listing from 15 degrees to 5 degrees. Half of the 22-person crew was removed from the ship as a safety precaution. And then also the Edwin H. Gott, a big 1,000-footer, arrived to lend assistance if needed. And the Michipicoten was carrying taconite. Nothing spilled, and that's a good thing. And the ship ended up making it over to Thunder Bay with some assistance. June 10th, U.S. Coast Guard and Transport Canada found a 13-foot long, quarter-inch wide crack in the hull of the ship. They did a dive to conduct an inspection, and that's what they were able to determine. June 11th, crew from the Thunder Bay Dive Company sealed the crack to allow this ship to make its way to Duluth. And you can see it right there in the center portion of the screen. I have to show you this. This came from one of our good boat friends, Dwayne Richardson. You see him a lot of times in the comments after the video, and especially during the live stream. He's in there chatting with all of us. He has a drone and took this photo. This is a while ago, prior to the incident, where the Michipicoten was unloading, and it's just a beautiful shot that he did with his drone. So thank you so much, Dwayne, for sending this over. Take a look at the yellow light right there on the lift bridge. Lets us know that there's a neutral current. Ideal conditions for this ship to make its way through the canal. You can see I have the blue Boat Friends beacon right up there on the pole. And that light lets you know that I'm either going to do a live stream or I'm doing a recording like I'm doing right here for you now. I used to put it up a lot more. I think I'm only going to use that for special events moving forward. How cool is that? Take a look at that moon in the center of the screen. Almost like the moon was meant to be out here to guide that ship all the way to Duluth. Give you a quick shot of the parking lot. It's filling up. It's a combination of Grandma's Marathon is happening here in a few days. And then there's the interest in the Michipicoten arriving here in Duluth. Aerial lift bridge is on its way up to 135 feet. It's eerily calm out here right now. I mean, obviously, this is exactly how they planned it. They wanted the water to be calm and conditions to be good for this vessel to make it here safely. You're looking down North Pier right now. Look to the left of the lighthouse. You can actually see those two lights flickering. That's the vessel and the tug. But remember, this is a Thursday night, just after 10:30 p.m. at this time. And there's a really good turnout. I hear so many people talking about this ship as I walk around. A lot of curiosity, a lot of wonder. I've heard a lot of people asking the same questions. Is it going to get scrapped, or are they going to keep it running on the lake? But very interesting, historic moment for sure, no matter what. The moon is bright, making the sky look interesting. Take a look at the flags. Not really moving too much on the roof of the core of the engineers building there to the left. A little bit of movement right here on the right side. Not too bad. Here's another thing that you see a lot of right now in Duluth. Take a look at those two green lights. Those are scooters that people rent and ride them around. More people are showing up prior to the vessel and the tug. So here's an appetizer vessel, and as you can see, it is gunning it, going out. Coincidentally, it's leaving at the same time that the Michipicoten is arriving. You can see it out there on the horizon. But believe me, this vessel knows all about the same story we do. So you can see it's trying to make it through quick. I'll hang with this shot for a moment. You can see the two lights on the horizon, and you see this ocean-going vessel from the Netherlands making its way out, making a straight beeline out of these piers. And I know they're going to cut it hard to the starboard side. I think I'm going to set up as the vessel comes in right here. It's a good spot where I can see right down into the canal, and I'll be able to turn around and look at the lift bridge. But minute by minute, I'm seeing an uptick of more people that are coming down here, which is cool. You can see the blue Boat Friends beacon shining right there, and you can see the Michipicoten right out there, way outside of the canal. It's coming closer, though. You can do a little bit of people watching and ship watching simultaneously. Let me pass off some information about this awesome vessel. Michipicoten, 698 feet in length, built in 1952, owned by the Lower Lakes Towing Organization. Built at the Bethlehem Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company. They're based in Maryland. Original name was Elton Hoyt II, and that was from 1952 to 2003. In 1957, the vessel was lengthened by 72 feet. In 1980, it was converted to a self-unloading vessel. 2010, its steam turbine system was replaced with a 6-cylinder diesel engine and a new pitch propeller. Cargo capacity, 22,000 tons. 10:50 Central Time. I wanted to show you one last look at all the people that made it for this historic moment. And I want to be clear regarding what will happen. You have the Michipicoten that's going to go right by us. Then you have the Helen H, which is the tug that will be right behind it, that's escorting it. The vessel will go under the aerial lift bridge. It's going to make its way all the way over to Fraser Shipyards, where it'll get repaired, or they will make a decision what will happen in the future. Just looked at the update. The vessel is moving just over 8 knots as it enters the canal. Very, very wonderful to see it arrive safely here in Duluth, Minnesota. And thank goodness that tug was there to help if needed. Great job by the captain and the crew. Tremendous job. So happy that you are here safe. I think this definitely deserves a moment of silence so we can watch and admire this beautiful ship. You hear in the background? Well, here it is, boat friends. Take a look at the steering pole. It was so wonderful to hear that crowd cheer, clap, and really show some respect for this crew. Let's get a good look at that boom. Very nice lighting. And we definitely will not forget the Helen H. We're going to take a look at that vessel as it goes by us. There's some crew members on deck. A remarkable moment for us. We've all been watching this story for so long. Just so wonderful to see this passing under the Duluth area lift bridge this evening. That's the Helen H. Take a look at the crowd clapping for the Helen H. Take a good look as we walk along the wall together at both of these vessels now. All right, let's move to morning time. Let's jump on the boat and go look at it at Fraser. Friday, June 21st, around 6:30 in the morning, we will be going under the Blotnick Bridge. There's a public waterway right over here where we can get over to Fraser to check out the Michipicoten. I want to show you something else that's interesting. The Helen H., one of the tugs that assisted the Michipicoten last night, is tied up over there. And you can see the pilot house of the Michipicoten right there to the left of the trees. So let's get over there. Now we're on the other side of the Blotnick. Give you a better look of how you can enter this public waterway right by Fraser. Fraser Shipyards is right on the other side of that bridge there. Take a look at that top number, around 30 feet as we approach Fraser. Here's a bonus look at the Ryerson. Now you've had an ocean-going ship and the Ryerson as some bonus footage. Not bad. You can see they're obviously getting ready to do some work. Look from the stern side, you can see they're preparing for dry dock. Give you a look on the port side. There's the pilot house. I want to show you something interesting as we look at this vessel. See a lot of water that's discharging out right there. That's because they're preparing it for dry dock. The ship is locked in right now. Very industrial back here. You can see there's a no wake zone sign. A lot of people fish back here. You can see one of those hatch doors open. Some lights are on. Well, boat friends, I really hope that we get to see this beautiful vessel sail again. If you enjoyed this video and this ship, please hit the like button on the way out. It'll allow people like you and I that love the ships to find this channel, and also subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but you'll be part of the boat friend community, and you'll see when I go live in the future recording these ships. As always, thank you so much, and in particular with this historic arrival of the Michipicoten, for joining me on another ship video. I'll be out here with the next vessel. If you're interested in additional videos, here's a few to choose from.